Hey guys, welcome to another dedicated to Art Schmoedown reaction. We are in the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament semifinals. William Bibbiani versus John Rocha, part 2. I am your host for the evening, Nico Suave Regoli, and I am joined, as always, by Chris Doman. Case is not with us today because it was bound to happen. Our schedules did not line up for this week that well, but we're going to make the most of it. Chris, what are your thoughts on this match?
Uh, this hurts. This hurts. Because I genuinely love both competitors, and I think, uh, I think it's safe to say for this tournament anyway, people have been severely underestimating Rocha. Like, he's actually been on a little bit of a tear. He had pretty solid performance against Rachel. He had a pretty solid performance against Kalinowski. But if you put a gun to my head, if I had to pick the winner, this kills me. This absolutely kills me. And just like it killed me when they faced each other for the belt last year. But I think I have to say Bibbs takes it and goes to the finals. Because who's got the hotter hand right now? It's Bibbiani. Like, literally, look at the murderer's row he had to face to get here. He took out Chance. He took out Irwin. That's a little bit of a harder road than Rachel and Mike. Sorry, all Rachel lovers. I love her as well, but, that's kind of how it goes. So, yeah, I think I have to say that Bibbiani. I'm reluctant to say, but I think Bibbiani is actually going to take the match today.
I swear to God, you take it the hardest when your favorite competitors have to face each other.
Mm-hmm.
um, and I'm gonna agree with you about William Bibbiani having the upper hand in this match. And look, I've been doubting Rocha for the majority of this tournament, and he has proven me wrong each time. But you can't really deny how good William Bibbiani has been, not just in this tournament, but this year. Combined in terms of this year, his only losses in terms of regular season play have been to Dan Merle and the Shire Wolves. So he's been on a tear, and I just feel like he's destined to get back into that title picture by the end of this year, and this could be where it shows. Um, can John Rocha pull off the Bernard Hopkins upset and prove that the old dog still has it in him to keep fighting? We shall see. But with that said, Chris, are you ready to start the
Eh,
countdown?
I'm certainly ready to start the countdown. Just one quick side note: they're both old dogs. Don't do your spiel of I only want the new blood. Fuck the old guard. But all right,
Well, then, if that's all we have to say, then here we go. In 3, 2, 1, press play.
I love you, Nico.
Mr. Kalinowski,
Oh, dear.
fellow inner geekdom champion,
That's right.
Oh, dear.
genius, amazing man, James Bond fan. You and I bond on so many different levels. Let me congratulate you on your amazing success.
Thank you, sir.
But now that let's just say my visionary genius has been unleashed,
Yes, that's
what
a word
I
for
was
it.
saying that I just would like to ask,
Huh?
if there is, perhaps, if you understand how you might need to jump ship, perhaps to come to a different vessel, to leave corruption, to join a family, I would just like to offer you the opportunity
at all.
to come on board. Let's not call it a love boat. Let's call it an opportunity for adventure.
So, kind of like when Hakira Sulu jumped ship from the Enterprise, or Will Riker went and took control of the Titan. Fans really didn't like that.
That's not canonical. That's only in the books.
Okay.
What? I like
Sure.
Sulu as
Yeah,
Captain
we're
Excelsior.
mincing things here. That's neither here nor there, my friend. So you're just saying that if the opportunity arises, that I should leave a winning faction, go to a losing one. Am I hearing that right? I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I'm hearing it all clearly.
Losing faction. I would like to think that we are coming up, not only just in a league, but on a planet, in a universe where a family is needed. We all need family.
We do.
No one wants to be corruptible their whole lives. What you want to be is a part of someone that's going to win. Anyway, think about it.
Wow. My thoughts exactly.
Yep.
Like, not to mention, he's kind of just 1 or 2 matches away from being turned babyface, and the family is even heelisher than corruption to a certain extent.
Well, any faction with Andrew Guy is automatically the bottom of the barrel, so in terms of evil.
Wow, big fight out
Exactly.
here, everybody. Welcome back to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Christian Harloff here with Mark Ellis. Mark, we are in the semifinals of the Ultimate Schmoedown singles. And this
In case y'all are wondering why the robe,
this is a match we thought
I
we were
guess
gonna
I'm
get
coming down with a bit of a
2
cold,
years
so as
ago
soon as we're done
for
here,
the
I'm going to be
title. Then
popping
we
3
got it
melatonin
about a
and
year
passing
ago
out.
for the title. And now here we are again, semifinals. You've got the former
Hooray for drug-induced sleep.
against the former champion William the Beast Bibbiani. What a match for the semifinals.
They have given us classics in the past, and we expect another great one here today.
Remember,
simply
kids,
because
drugs are bad. Okay.
the winner is going to perform a Schmoedown in Tony Orlando's living room. That's right, Tony Orlando is going to be hosting Tie a Yellow Ribbon to the Tree, Christian, because Tony Orlando is getting involved in the Schmoedown.
I bet Bibbs would be happy to sing that.
What's the word? Live.
Probably.
We're actually going to Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando.
And probably some witchcraft.
Now, here's the thing. John Rocha is already going to be there. He's going to be there going for the team titles with his partner, Dan Murrell, who won the free-for-all. And he was able to choose any title shot. Well, he took the main event, and now it's Corruption versus the Founding Fathers. John Rocha, if he wins today, will be playing twice in Orlando.
Woo, that's 10 rounds
Another
of
reason
movie
I'm
trivia
hoping-
combat.
It's going to be very interesting if he can do it. However,
I think Christian is kind of hoping Rocha wins just so he doesn't have to spend extra money on plane tickets.
Free-for-all still has that #1 contender shot because he was the MVP of the free-for-all, and he's having a tear now in the singles division. So this is, I don't know, but remember, Bibbiani has beaten Rocha in a triple threat match. John Rocha has beaten Bibbiani in a one-on-one match. So this is sort of the rubber match.
And doesn't it always seem like these two are calling each other out?
Similar
Even though the
situation
match
to
may
the
not
rivalry with
confirm
Merle and
necessarily,
Rocha.
It always seems like they really want to piece the other. Well, they get a chance to today. We already mentioned we're very excited to go to Mr. Orlando's house in a couple weeks. Elton John wrote the song "I'm Still Standing" in honor of William Bibbiani's performance at the free-for-all.
That is absolutely true.
By the way, I love that Bibbiani now comes out to "I'm Still Standing." I knew it was only a matter of time before he would do that.
Stablemates, but you're right. Even they say the rivalry's dead, it's not. They're back at it again. Rocha versus Bibbiani, and they said as much in the interview. Here we go.
Ooh, this is going to be fun.
Here we are. Semifinals. You versus Rocha. I think you got it.
Thanks, man.
They say Kalinowski wasn't beatable. Well, he got beat.
John, the Outlaw, Rocha!
When our back's against the wall, we come out throwing haymakers. Not just jabs, haymakers.
You got to think about this. Now he is that much closer to getting back what he wants, and that is his singles champion, become a 3-time champion in this league. And now he's that much closer. He's going to be all that much more motivated.
It's me. Every time I play John Rocha, it is a really wonderful match, especially when I knock him out. It's been one hell of a tournament. Me and Chance, down to the last question. Me and Ethan Irwin, down to the last question. Me and Rocha, who knows? He's beaten me before. I've beaten him before. We just keep going back and back and back and back and forth.
The thing is, a fight usually isn't over the first time you get knocked down. You brush it off, you wipe the blood off your mouth, you get back up, and you give as good as you get. Once and for all, the Outlaw and the Beast, let's settle this thing in a rubber match. You down?
Do I have to wear rubber? It's my understanding this is some sort of like rubber match. He's going to come out just dressed all in rubber, which is an interesting choice for him. It's not for me.
Never seen a rubber cowboy hat.
Now, Bibbiani, you got a new attitude. You got a new partner. You're playful, you're fun, you're easy to be around, you're soft and cuddly, you're a snuggle bear. But I've looked in your eyes, Bibbs. And no matter what you tell these people on the Schmoedown Rundown, what you tell these people in the Facebook group, what you do on your multiple Q&As 7 days a week, who has that kind of time? I know for real. In your eyes, you want this. And you want to win.
Bibbiani.
Why is Finstock holding the microphone like a strap-on?
Over the last years, because he went from taking this game way too serious.
Shame on you, Nico.
A lot of
Shame on you.
I am not the only one who noticed that.
Path as I climb precariously to the top of the really tall thing I'm climbing.
I've taken the belt off. I know when I look in your eyes.
Look at how he's holding it.
As much as I do. You want this. You need this to live, to breathe.
Tom!
I love you anyway. Let's get ready to Schmoedown.
No.
Row.
Row.
I just had a thought. Could we get a Blazing Saddles entrance from this?
That would be so terrible and so great. I want it.
Please?
There you go. Bibbiani having this great relationship now with the kid. I mean, the fact that the two of these, it's so much fun to watch them together, and very excited to see what they're going to do in the teams tournament when that happens. But you hear the words with him and Rocha, and then Rocha, of course, with Dagnino.
That match.
The Horsemen are having a bit of a comeback here.
Whew,
what
boy.
a victory this would be to have both the
Especially now that we know if Bateman wins, the co-main event gets changed for Orlando because Ben can't fly.
Once upon a time, and now John Rocha has emerged as the competitor against William Bibbiani.
So it's,
who I heard the kid
hold on. On either side of the
refer
bracket
to as
now, it's
Dad. The
Shazam
kid
versus
calls
the
his real
Horsemen.
father Tom now.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I'll go with it.
All right.
Who'd have thought
Let's
we'd
go
be
to the
here?
tail of the tape, Mark. Give it.
John Rocha, he's very good at westerns, biopics. Excuse me, I read that wrong. Biopics. He's also very good at biopics. And William Bibbiani, he excels at categories such as Oscars, action, adventure, and elaborate entrances that we know, love, and celebrate.
There you go. Those are the two competitors.
We all except for Christian, of
head-to-head
course.
To find out who goes to Florida on October 19th. Get those tickets. TheSchmoedownLive.com. Come see us there. And December
Get to
7th,
500 so I can be in the four-way.
we'll be playing primetime Paul Oyama for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World.
I can dream.
Tickets, Christian.
TheSchmoedownLive.com.
You
Get
nailed
them
it.
before they are sold out. Tickets going very fast.
And where is that?
In Florida.
Downtown
Oh,
LA is
that's
where
right.
the spectacular is. The setting for Predator 2.
And with that, I ask you, are you ready?
I am pumped, ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Movie
Movie
Trivia Schmoedown.
Boy, you feel it in the air tonight.
Feel it.
The hair on the back ear, neck standing up.
Introducing first, representing the Five Horsemen, led to the ring by his manager, Tom Dagnino,
Also, none but love to
and
Bibbs,
Mark
but
Yodi Riley. With a
Rocha
record
does have the better
of
entrance
14
music.
wins, 8 defeats, and
You can never
3
go wrong with
knockouts.
cowboy music.
He is the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown team champion and the former two-time singles champion. He is the Outlaw John Rocha. Big round of applause for Rocha. This is big. Orlando on the horizon for the Outlaw, one way or the other.
This is very exciting. Rocha, Flash in the 5, the legend Mark Yoni Riley by his side. Tom Dagnino, dressed like a gym teacher who is excused in his first semester in high school.
Just watch the classic battle.
He's dressed like Coach Schneider from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
Stablemates there for the support as they get into this epic battle.
So does that mean he'll get murdered in the shower?
You said 14 wins?
14 wins.
That is
I mean,
more than the-
Bibbs came out with a sword in his last entrance, so he might get murdered right now.
And his opponent, representing Shazam, with a record
You'll never watch this movie.
9 wins, 6
Which movie is
defeats,
it?
and
Saw.
4 knockouts. Led to
I
the ring
might.
by the Kid.
I will watch it with you.
He is the former movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world,
Turn,
William
turn.
Bibbiani.
Oh no!
Oh, the bees are everywhere. There are bees everywhere. What is this?
Harloff is no selling.
Cut that out.
Nope.
We don't know how they got in. There's hidden honeycomb somewhere. There's a bee.
Not bothering Rocha, apparently.
John Rocha,
there were
not
so many bees, Rocha.
affected by the bees.
Not acknowledging
Rocha, did you see
Bibbiani's
the
antics.
bees?
Wow.
There were bees.
Not
Wow.
acknowledging the antics.
There were bees.
Willie Bibbiani insisting to John Rocha. John Rocha, the opposite of Macaulay Culkin and My Girl.
Bees make him stronger.
Good reference.
Deep 90s pull.
Can I get it too soon on that? Too soon? Okay.
All right. Anytime you make Ben Goddard laugh at a joke, it's a good day.
Let me ask you a question. Who's Ben Goddard?
My friend from high school.
Good to know. All right. Let us look at Rocha with a hand. He might not get stung by the bees, but he's been stung by kindness. All right, so
He's infected.
let's get to the rules of round number one.
In round number one.
Okay,
you
since
are
Case
without
isn't here, I'll do the
flying
spiel.
insects.
Chris will get a
You
perfect
have
round,
your
and
trivia
I'll just try to
Schmoedown
keep up.
wits, your guile, and a whiteboard and a marker. We're going to ask a question to the field. These
Now,
scores
Rocha
are
is playing
8.
in this
Each
match,
question
and
is worth
usually
1. There's no penalty for
when
missing
he's
the question.
playing,
There is
I
no
sometimes
stealing
get questions
in
I
round
know.
one. As soon as we ask the question, each competitor has about 15 seconds to answer. Your best attempt. Write it down on the whiteboard. When we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question correctly?
Only thing that would have made that entrance
Again,
better
if
was
you
a
allow
Wicker
yourself
Man
another 15
helmet.
seconds, use a JTE
Or a
rule. You
bear
also each have
costume.
one challenge to be used
That too.
at any point throughout the duration of the match.
Well said, sir. So I start with Bibbiani. Are you ready?
I am ready, and I just want to say it's a real pleasure to be here with John Rocha again. Let's have a good match.
And John Rocha.
Nobody buys that. Let's do this.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Ow.
They're back at it again.
You know,
Mark.
the
back
outlaw,
at it again.
He's always focused. I sense a more intense focus from him. I sense a more relaxed Bibbiani than usual. How's
We're
that
gonna
going to
see.
work out?
All right, well, here we go. First one is in crime films. Crime. Yes. Who stars in 2005's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang as a thief who is mistaken for an actor?
Have you ever been mistaken for somebody else, and what occupation did they think you had?
A veterinarian.
No,
Dr.
don't. I don't have it.
Schultz.
He is
Yeah, 5,
Iron Man.
4.
Our band
Oh.
is often run
RDJ then.
to.
Okay, I won't count
Hands
it.
down, please.
Robert
And
Downey
Bibbiani.
Jr.
Robert Downey the Younger.
That is,
Junior.
yes, and Rocha.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes. Okay. Number
Okay.
2.
Shout out to John Rocha for letterboxing his answers.
Yes.
We go on to your second question, round number 1, horror/thriller. Is
Growl,
the
growl.
category, and your question: what 1990 Stephen King big screen adaptation features characters named Paul Sheldon and Annie Wilkes?
I was just judging a movie background match in which this movie was brought up in one of the
It's
questions.
very warm in the studio today. Apparently, bees are.
Fun fact, this is the only Stephen King adaptation to win an Oscar.
3.
Let's not get too complaining here.
1. Pens down, please.
Misery.
Rocha.
Misery.
Yes.
Misery.
There you go. Okay, 2-2. 2-2.
Misery it is.
All right. Dramas. That's
Drama
nice.
for your mama.
Who stars as Elizabeth Bennet in 2005's Pride and Prejudice?
Tough
Shit.
question, man. There's been like 900
I know.
versions of this
Well,
movie.
that's why 2005 was asked, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta.
Yeah, you got it.
specify
Surprised
the
Orlando
year.
Bloom wasn't in this one to
Because
sweep her off her
otherwise-
feet.
Said
How are you gonna answer it?
5. Like, we'll find out.
Oh.
4, 3, 2, 1. Bibbiani.
Keira Knightley.
Yes.
Keira
Rocha.
Knightley.
Yes.
I was too late,
Tied up.
but yeah, Keira Knightley.
Back and forth.
Again, I won't count
Knightley
that
loved
point
her
for
in
myself.
Atonement. Your next question is in the world of animated movies. Maybe they were drawn by hand, maybe on a computer. Who's to tell? Your question:
All right.
which musical artist stars as Gazelle in the film Zootopia? You ever see that? Animals are talking.
I don't know,
Just
Nico.
like
Could
us.
you have seen her performing in the
They
Rainforest
drive
District
in
anytime
cars,
soon?
And they have police people.
I understand that reference.
4.
It's
I hope I'm
strange.
spelling this name right.
I can do that. Which musical artist stars as Gazelle in
Her hips don't lie.
It's actually very.
She likes to be with you whenever, wherever.
Aha.
Right, 5. I don't know. 4.
Rocha, come on.
Come on, Rocha.
Try it.
1. Rocha.
Judy
Try
Garland,
everything.
Beyonce.
No. Bibbs.
Shakira.
Shakira.
Good guess. It was a good guess.
Shakira.
Okay,
Good
so
guess.
Bibbs has first blood.
One word title. I knew it was one word.
Bibbs hits first blood like that movie he loved, Rambo Last Blood. All right, here's the next one.
Oh.
Next one. Here
Bibbs
we go
hates
to
that movie.
Fantasy/sci-fi. What 2016 sci-fi film stars Michael Shannon, Joel Edgerton, Adam
This is one of my
Driver,
favorite movies of the
Driver,
decade.
and
This was my
Kirsten
favorite
Dunst?
movie of the
I was
year.
going Australian style there.
Why don't you give them a free repeat?
What
Shit.
2016 sci-fi film stars Michael Shannon, Joel Edgerton, Adam Driver, and Kirsten Dunst?
I'm just gonna take a guess.
Watch Adam Driver in that zombie Bill Murray movie.
Not good, huh? Stinks.
No, it looked great, but the ear.
I think I'm way
gave
off.
me Headphones.
Yeah, 5.
And they didn't work.
4.
Well, got it.
3, 2, 1.
Midnight
Didn't have it.
Special.
Didn't have it.
Oh,
Midnight Children or something?
Ooh, just missed. Midnight Special. Midnight Special.
I had Edge of Tomorrow because I had no clue whatsoever.
Just missed. Almost
2 years
tied
off,
the game up there.
unfortunately.
Confusing Midnight Special with the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the Dark?
But Bibbs does miss his first question there, too. No, we can't get a perfect round here. Okay, next one, Mark.
But we can get a perfect
close.
response from the crowd when I say your next category is comedy. Your
Never
question:
gets old.
Who
Nope.
played the role of Inspector Clouseau in the 2006 remake of The Pink Panther?
Judy Garland.
This is the second Pink Panther question asked in 2 matches.
Renee Zellweger playing Judy.
Fantastic.
It's amazing,
Oh,
right?
you've seen it. 5, 4.
Did I? Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Yes, and Bibbiani.
Steve Martin.
5-4. Bibbs keeps his lead as we head into our next question here, guys.
Bibbs, you will never convince me. That
Westerns.
movie still stinks.
Uh-oh.
In
I liked it.
In the film Young Guns, who has the role of Josiah Gordon Doc Skurlock?
So I do cryotherapy on an almost daily basis, and they play a different song, whatever song you want to request. I requested a song from
I think this is
the
right.
sequel to this film.
Yeah, Bon Jovi.
3.5
5,
minutes of ice-cold blaze
4,
of glory.
3, 2, 1. We start Bibbiani.
Kiefer Sutherland?
Kiefer Sutherland?
John Wayne.
Kiefer Sutherland.
6-5.
John Wayne
Oh,
was about
so they're only
15
both
years dead by the time the
running
movie
again.
came out.
Rocha's missed 2.
Worth a shot.
Worth a shot, though.
Final question of round number 1.
Next question. Last one in round number 1 is in the category of action/adventure. You're not that far off, because the question is Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin star in what 80s action comedy?
Oh,
Yeah, right.
that's a
They're both
good
giggling.
question.
Yeah.
Like they're the best of chums,
Yeah.
although they are mortal enemies.
5,
That's a Jeremy question. I love it.
2, 1. Pens down.
Fuck.
Please, Bibbiani.
Midnight Run.
Midnight Run.
Yes, and Rocha.
Midnight Run.
Midnight Run is true. 7-6. So we pretty much.
That's the second question of this match to have an answer with the word midnight in it.
Misses 2, but
Yeah, we're
hits
just
6,
missing
and
a
we're
Midsummer
only
Night's Dream.
a 1-point game here as we get into round number 2, and the wheel round's about to begin.
The wheel has emerged.
And by the way,
from
the chimes of
shadows
midnight.
the curtain. Thank
Chris,
you,
you got a
Possible
perfect
Super
round,
Brandon
as I
Hammer
said
for
you
bringing
would.
The wheel out. On that wheel, you're going to see 10 different categories of Movie Trivia Schmoedown know-how, as well as what every competitor wishes for, spinner's choice and fan favorite opponent's choice. Once a category is spun and settled upon, 4 questions will be asked to that competitor in that world of Movie Trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question is worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Huge day for the wheel, because the wheel for today's match is sponsored by our own Schmoedown patron favorite, Reefton, everybody.
Hey.
How about a hand for Reefton?
Sounds like a musical artist.
It's
The
2A's.
guy
There's a
loves
Clint
his
Eastwood slice
Schmoedown.
on this
If you
wheel.
want to have your name mentioned on a future match, check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today. Select which tier is right for
I know which
you.
one I'm
Sponsored
not gonna try to
slices
spin.
by our bud Reefton include Clint Eastwood and scores and soundtracks.
Ooh.
All right, so we start.
Is
with
there a
Bibbiani,
Will Ferrell
who,
slice?
if he wants to, can either spin first or
There
second.
will be
You are
someday,
Bibbs, what do you choose to do?
I will
unfortunately.
defer to my wonderful opponent.
John Rocha.
He used to be
Rocha's gonna
good and
spin
stuff.
And try to get himself in the lead
Heading
here.
up.
He
over
was
Bibbs,
never
heading up
good.
for Western.
You all
see-
just
you
like
see
to
what he did?
believe that.
He started the wheel at Westerns.
Hoping it at a return to that spot.
That's what he hopes he spins.
That's what he's
He
looking.
wants more questions about Kiefer Sutherland and Doc Scurlock.
He's a big fan of Young Guns too. Did you know
He's
that?
a school teacher from the city of New York.
Here we go. And it spins around. It's coming back around.
Christian,
here.
I'm smelling opponent's choice. It's going to careen past it.
Sandra
Could
Bullock.
it be Clint Eastwood?
It is.
Ooh.
What does he do though? Does he like Clint
The
Eastwood?
Patreon slice.
Who doesn't
Here
like
comes
Clint Eastwood?
Dagnino to
A lot of
offer
people.
no sense of knowledge whatsoever.
What's he gonna do though? This is one of those things. This is why Bibbiani is going to next year. It's gonna be very different because he will have a manager that can do something just like this. Where right now he doesn't have that.
Do you think Finstock's helping?
Yeah, I do.
I feel like
I think
Brienne would be a great
I need
manager
an
for
answer.
Bibbs.
Yes.
I need an answer here. You gonna stick with it?
He's taking Clint
All right.
Eastwood.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 4
Taking
questions.
Clint Eastwood.
Open what you're
All right,
doing.
John, you got 4
Let's
questions.
see what happens.
4 questions in the realm of Clint Eastwood. All right. All right, the first
Hands
one.
on screen.
Here you go. In what film does Eastwood say? You see, in this world, there are 2 kinds of people, my friend.
Oh my
those
God.
Who loaded guns and those who dig. You dig?
You dig. It's not you dig. It's
I know
you dig.
Multiple choice.
Oh,
Fistful of
dude,
dollars.
it's the good, bad, and the
B,
ugly. Come
the
on.
Good, the bad, and the ugly. C. High
You know this better than anyone.
unforgivable.
Good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's correct for 1 point.
That's right.
Yes.
Question 2.
Yes,
We're
I do.
tied.
Question 2.
And Lucas Schilbach never lets you forget it.
Eastwood's character
No,
is
Caleb
tasked
Bowman
with
never lets me forget
apprehending
it.
In 1993's A Perfect World.
Kevin Costner.
That is correct. Okay.
Good job.
All right. All
Rocha
right.
takes a 2-point lead. 2 questions remain.
All right. Question 3. In what film does Eastwood play an aging Secret Service agent who's trying to stop an assassination?
In the line of fire.
That's correct.
That's right.
And
That
your
darn John Malkovich.
last question here, John, in this. Sorry. Last question in this category. All right. Clint Eastwood starred with Lee Marvin in this 1969 musical.
Paint your wagon. And yes, Eastwood does sing.
Well or badly?
5, 4.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Paint Your Wagon, B, Hello Dolly, C, Sweet Charity, D, Cactus Flower?
He's never done a musical
1 point.
since.
All right, so
At least
John
not
Rocha
starting one.
gives himself a 5-point lead here. Uses
round
multiple
two.
choice very well. He's
So
always
close.
been very good at the multiple
close.
choice, taking it. And here we go now, Bibbiani. And we have to say, that
Keep
John
dropping
Rocha has
cards on the
been in the
table.
finals of an Ultimate Showdown before.
Yes, he has.
Against the
It's amazing how quickly these singles general movie trivia matches go by because of the
Most of that year, I
they have
drank
less
it.
questions than the other
Right now,
divisions.
Rocha's hoping
Yeah.
that Bibbiani hits opponent's choice. That's what he would like to do with a 5-point lead. But Bibbiani has so many strengths on that wheel.
I'll tell you what, if Bibbiani does spin opponent's choice, that really the pressure is going to be on Rocha's manager.
Wait a minute.
Because, Christian, this could be opponent's choice.
Oh my.
Wow!
Oh.
Opponent's choice it is. It does hit opponent's choice.
Wow.
No. Riley cannot go in there. Riley cannot go
Mark
in there.
Riley is not allowed
Riley's not
to
a manager.
confer. There's more than enough intelligence.
So I hate to say it, but you give him scores and
Currently in that
soundtracks.
This is like watching Jay Gruden coach Dwayne Haskins.
All right, what do we?
But can Rocha
what do we
take
pick,
advantage of
boys?
that?
We need something. We need an answer. What are we picking? Sly and Arnie. It is.
That's a
Sly and
bad
Arnie.
call.
Okay.
All right, Sly and Arnie. We're gonna give on the wheel here to William.
Bibbiani knows his Sly and Arnie.
That's right. It's just a shame that Christian can't ask these questions and do his beloved impression.
I'm sorry, Bibbs.
It's okay.
John Carpenter would have been a better category if it was on the wheel.
Nope.
That's good. That's good.
Nope.
They're good. They get the sign off from
really
the man.
good. That's really good.
Your first of 4 questions
Buy those tickets
in
to
the
Mark
world of
Ellis
Sly and
Live.
Arnie for 2 points. What movie stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as a Los Angeles firefighter seeking to avenge his son's and wife's death?
Collateral damage.
2
Yep.
points.
Good job. That's correct.
Might have been a bad call.
All right, so
Mhm.
Bibbiani has pulled to within 3 of John Rocha. Your next question. What was the last name of Arnie's character in Last Action Hero?
Slater.
Besides Schwarzenegger,
Besides Schwarzenegger.
Slater.
Jack Slater it was. Kid was going to see
Biz.
Jack Slater for the possible lead. Your penultimate question in round number 2. What 90s thriller stars
God, this is
Sylvester
turning
Stallone,
into-
Sharon Stone, James Woods, and Eric Roberts?
The specialist.
Look at Bibbs.
2 more
Damn.
points.
Oh boy.
He's taking
Yeah,
the
this is
lead
turning
over
into
Rocha
Mischief
by
Man
Give him a
is
hard
giving us
one?
Bond.
No, there you
Can
go.
you give him a hard one? Is that
Oh,
possible?
there you go.
I'm just asking.
All right. Your next and last question in round number 2. In Commando, how many men does Kirby leave to protect John and his daughter?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, 10, B, 5, C, 2, or D, 6?
5?
9?
I think it was a guess,
It was.
and he's going to get a point for the guess.
Oh.
So Bibbiani,
Wow.
opponent's choice, Sly and Arnie. He takes it and runs
Nice
with
job,
it,
man.
gets himself to 14-12, a 2-point lead here. What a fight we have on our hands. As we get into the third and final round, we'll find out very soon who will be in Orlando in the finals for the Ultimate Schmoedown.
In round number 3, gentlemen, the round that will determine who gets to meet Tony Orlando in person. You're going to give us 3 numbers each. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different
Good
secret
Lord.
category of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. The first question here is worth 2 points. The next one's worth 3 points.
Gonna come down to the wire
It's
here.
worth 5 big points. There is no stealing nor loss of points in questions.
I just hope it ends on a
contained in round
5-pointer.
Number 3. William Bibbiani, you are
Don't care
enjoying
whose.
a 2-point lead.
Very much so.
Precarious as it may be. Your question
I have a question already?
is, what are your 3 numbers?
I know the answer to this one.
Yes,
It's 7, 3, and 19.
that's incorrect.
No!
John Rocha.
6, 8, and 10.
6, 8, and 10 for Rocha, who will be going first to try to tie the game to bounce back to Bibbs here. Rocha, you chose category number 6 for your 2-pointer. Category number 6, Westerns.
Oh.
All right. All right.
No, good luck.
Here you go.
Mess it up.
John, who starred as Will Kane in the classic High Noon?
Gary Cooper.
2 points. All right.
Ooh.
Well, now we bounce to Bibbiani, who will try to take the lead back with category number 7.
That's right. Joe Theismann's number for 2 points corresponds to fantasy/science fiction.
Okay.
And your question. Steven Spielberg directed this science fiction film, released in 2005.
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
2 points. Bibbiani's back
Boom.
on top by 2.
Well, now we bounce back to Rocha. Well, Rocha now gets his 3-pointer, who tries to bounce it back to Bibbs again.
You can take the lead here.
John, you got action adventure here.
Oh, boy.
Action adventure. Here you go. All right. We have in the John Wick franchise. He has bestowed the nickname Baba Yaga in
Boogeyman.
which
The
translates
Boogeyman.
to what?
The Boogeyman.
That is correct. 3 points.
Wow.
All right, so now we bounce to Bibbs. Now Bibbs has to hit his 3-pointer.
This is really,
Yeah.
really good. William, you selected number 3. Mark Mosley's number corresponds to Denzel Washington film.
Okay.
Yay!
Denzel
Yay!
Washington, this
Yay!
question is worth 3 points. Could give you a 2-point advantage if you hit it.
Okay.
Edward James Olmos plays drug lord Papi Greco in what Denzel Washington film?
American Gangster.
It's incorrect, looking for 2 guns.
Wow. All right.
Oh.
So here's where we are. Bibbiani now is going to get his 5-pointer.
Wow.
He hits it, bounces back to John to let John try to win the game. But
He could win it right here.
if Bibbiani misses the 5-pointer, John Rocha will be competing twice in Orlando and getting a shot to play for his 3rd title should he win in Orlando. But here is the question here. This is category 19.
This is category number 19. My Expedia.com
Oh boy.
browser's open in case I need to book a ticket right now. William, for your 5-point question, you selected number 19. That's the category, the 1980s. And your question, to force John Rocha to hit his 5-point question. In the film Better Off Dead, John Cusack's character Lane Meyer challenges his ex-girlfriend's new beau to compete in what kind of sport in an attempt to win her back?
Skiing.
John Rocha is going to have to answer his 5-point question. William Bibbiani just got 5 points.
Jesus.
Go downhill really fast, and if something gets in your way, miss.
Game.
All right, John, here's where we lie. If you hit this, you will be playing in Orlando twice. However, if you miss it, William Bibbiani will be playing in the finals for Orlando. Here we go. John. Tarantino.
Ooh.
What fictional brand of cigarettes has made multiple appearances in Tarantino films, including The Hateful Eight, Inglourious Basterds, Kill Bill, and Pulp Fiction?
Wow.
Oh God, Leo does an ad for it at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
5,
Oh.
4,
Repeat the question.
2.
John, repeat the question.
Repeat the question, sorry.
Second one.
Thank you.
What fictional brand of cigarettes has made multiple appearances in Tarantino's films, including The Hateful Eight, Inglourious Basterds, Kill Bill, and Pulp Fiction?
Red Apple?
Sounds like a cider that I would drink.
Final question. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one. What fictional brand of cigarettes has made multiple appearances in Tarantino's films, including The Hateful Eight, Inglourious Basterds, Kill Bill, and Pulp Fiction?
Come on, John. At least take a guess.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't know. Jackrabbit Slims.
And your winner, William the Beast Bibbiani. The answer was Red Apple cigarettes. Red Apple cigarettes.
Wow.
Cigarette. Fine guess by John Rocha. You either know it or you don't. You either know skiing or you don't. And William Bibbiani is going to Epcot Center to compete in the movie
What a
Trivia
battle.
Schmoedown Live.
But what a battle. John Rocha fighting. This is what I will tell you to any John Rocha critic. Be quiet. Because John Rocha has.
Thank you.
Oh, John Rocha's done. John Rocha, the game's passed him by. He certainly hasn't. Look at the battle. He was 1 second away there from going to Orlando twice. And now Bibbiani continuing off of this amazing run. He's putting up a fight right now, I think, for Player of the Year. Now, if he goes
undisputed.
and he has a nice run in teams with his partner, that'll also cement that. But right now, Bibbs is on top. He's going to Orlando. He's going to find out who he plays. It's either going to be Ben the Boss Bateman, or get this, his partner, the Kid.
What a congenial match that might
And if it
be.
is
He
the
ends up
Kid,
facing
then the
Kid,
match
but
will
Ben
happen
Bateman
in
is no
Orlando.
slouch. That's gonna
If
be a
it's
great match to
Ben,
watch as well. One of them
it's going to be a
will
different
Bibbiani
match
in
because Ben
Orlando
can't
as
fly
far
right
back as the
now.
free-for-all. At the beginning of this season, William Bibbiani has had a run that nominates him, I would think, for Player of the Year. And we're going to have an interview with William Bibbiani, the winner of today's match. But first, Jen Sturger is now standing by with some members of the Horsemen, including the fallen hero today, the outlaw, John Rocha. Jen, what's the mood?
It could be better, Mark, now that you mention it. John.
Yeah.
I could see you beating yourself up on that last question because I know that you could taste it. You're already going to Orlando, obviously, to play with your team partner. But this, I know you wanted to play twice.
Yeah.
If anyone in this league is capable of playing twice in one day, it's John Rocha. How are you feeling right now that is not a possibility?
I'm in a confusing place because, I mean, I really wanted to win. I came in really, really focused, and I just got a bad 5-pointer that I didn't know. It happens. I got the opponent's choice, which you want, but Bibbs obviously has been studying the Sly Arnie stuff, so he jumped on top of it, got some good answers. I left a couple of points on the board. I don't think it would have mattered, but still, you don't want to leave any points against a player like Bibbs, and it came back to haunt me. Better Off Dead, that's not a 5-pointer. Tell me what the name of the race was with a hill. That's a 5-pointer, Skaliski. Put that in your brain, son. There was a ridiculous 5, but hey, that's how the game goes sometimes. I've gotten easy ones. He's gotten hard ones. That's how it goes. You know, Elizabeth Debicki, may I remind him. So it happens. So it sucks to lose. I really wanted to play twice. I mean, the mantra is all the belts, all the records. I've visualized for the whole week standing on top of the mountain at the end of the year with both belts on my shoulders and shutting up all the doubters once and for all. So, you know, it didn't work out for me this time, but I don't think I can be ashamed of how I played. And I think, if anyone's a member of Outlaw Nation out there, I hope I made you proud. Sorry I couldn't bring it home.
How are you guys feeling after this loss?
I mean, John played his heart out. He's a Mount Rushmore guy, bottom line. Look, we'll be there. We'll be in Orlando for the
what's that
the
record
tag team
again?
belts. I mean, that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
This was, he's right. That was a tough question. Not too many people in the studio knew it. I didn't know it. Riley didn't know it. Clearly, John didn't know it. We'll be back. I mean, look.
Yeah, but not the best pep talk, Dom.
Everybody thought he was
Tom.
done,
Dom.
Look what he did. Took this guy to the,
Dom Toretta just came out of nowhere.
right now to the limit.
Nobody knows the question because it's not about family.
We're not worried.
Look at this guy. This guy's always
American
this guy
muscle.
busts his ass, and he wins as much as anybody in this league. He wins more than he loses. This is just one of those things. He's going to Orlando. He's going to get the team belt because he's got our boy, Dan Merle, and John Rocha. He's going to get back on that horse. He's the outlaw. Look at this guy. He played a hell of a game. I'm happy for him.
And John, like everyone's saying, you are going to Orlando, and you are still going to have to face Mike Kalinowski.
Yeah. Here's the deal, Mike. This should scare you. This should scare the living hell out of you. And chance, it should scare you too. Me and Dan are coming for you big time. You've been swagging around thinking you're king shits in this league. Well, you got to beat us again one more time. Dan had a right to pull that out of his pocket. He's got a title shot. Now, you've seen how I've reacted. I almost went all the way to the final in this tournament. You know why? Because losing to you sucked. It drove me insane. So I've doubled down. I'm studying. I've got like 600, 700 pages of trivia questions that I've been studying. God damn it, Red Apple wasn't on them, but that's all right. It happens. But I'm going to come as prepared as I've ever been. Kalinowski, shut up out there. Kalinowski, you asked me to come hardcore, so I'm coming for you. Chance, you want the best I got? I'm coming for you. I'm going to melt those black sunglasses off your face. Dan and I are coming. Get ready. Orlando has never seen anything like this. It's a better ride than anything they got in both of those parks. So strap in and get ready. And if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets, because we are coming with the fire. This ain't going to be like the last two times. This is going all the way down to the end, and we're going to take them out.
Back to you. No, we're done here.
All right. Cursing at a small child, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. But and how about Jen Sturgeon knowing exactly when to get out of there? And she just did a favor to everyone and not letting Dagnino speak.
Yeah,
so,
she knows when to get the hell out of that smelly locker room.
Well, that was good. I mean, Rocha had his moment, and he's bummed about it, right? But he's not wrong. He's not wrong there. Where Rocha, that's the kind of Rocha that if I'm Kalinowski and Chance, I am very nervous about, because it was Bibbiani pulled the question. He got it. He hit his 5-pointer, and Rocha also made a great point. How many times have you seen Bibbiani get a 5-pointer that has been almost unanswerable, and yet he puts his head up and goes to the next one? This was a great performance.
I think
every single one.
I think all the 2, 3, and 5s are just fine.
I agree with you 100%. All right, here we go to Jen Sturgeon.
William Bibbiani, this has been quite a year for you. I think it all started, like I said, back at the free-for-all, and it's led us to here. How are you feeling now that you've punched your ticket to Orlando?
I'm so tired. Like, it's really hot, and that was a hard match, and I'm just kind of tired, and I just kind of want to have a little sleep. I honestly didn't think I'd get here. I didn't think I'd make it. I was hoping I would make a good showing. I did not think I would make it all the way to Orlando. I didn't think I'd do it. And so this is really exciting. I'm really excited to finally get to play a proper, like a live match, like not free-for-all, but like a one-on-one, person-o, a person-o. Just fighting it out in front of a live audience. I can't wait to see all of you there at Orlando. I can't wait to see that team match. I can't wait to see that match where a whole bunch of audience members get to play. It's going to be a real exciting event. I can't believe we get to be a part of it. This is going to be amazing.
Will you be standing?
You better be standing. I don't know how chairs work anymore. I've forgotten chairs. I'm either lying down flat, I'm standing up, or I might be doing a little one of these. But that's about it.
How does it feel to see your teammate punch his ticket to Orlando?
Oh, it's so awesome. I mean, I will admit, John played what a great match. I mean, I was trying to keep a brave face out there, but I was scared. I mean, it's Rocha. I mean, he can easily know a 5 easily. So, I mean, when his fate was in his hands, I really wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I have ultimate faith in Bibbs, and this really just feels like his year. You know, and I mean, he's played 3 really, really tough matches in a row against really the upper echelon of the league. So it's amazing to see him get through all those battles.
I would like to issue a correction. I think it's our year, and seeing you go from a rookie match against Paul Oyama all the way here, you've made it really far in the singles as well. We got teams coming up. I feel really, really good about our chances. This has been a really fantastic 2019 for the folks in Shazam, and I just also want to thank everybody at home for your support and following us along with this. It's been a real strange trip, but wow, it's going great. It's going great, everybody. Look at us.
So, kid, I got to ask you. You've obviously got a big match coming up against Bateman. You sweating a little bit? You getting a little nervous?
Of course. I mean, mainly because I'm wearing this jacket. It's hot in here, but I am also sweating. I am also sweating because of Ben Bateman. I mean, he's playing incredible. Talk about Bibbs has had an amazing year. So has Ben. He's been running through the tournament thus far. He's had great performances. He was unbelievable against Paul Preston. I don't think he missed the question. So, yeah, no, I definitely take it pretty seriously, and we'll see. I mean, to get to play Bibbs would be pretty special. I mean, I think for the two of us to get to stand up there in Orlando and play would be the dream. I mean,
it would be the friendliest championship match I think we've ever had. I'd just be like, you got it, Tiger. You can do this. Yeah. So,
that's what brings all the eyeballs, just that good, friendly competition, Bibbs.
Everybody, we're going to have a great time. Come on down. We're going to go to Orlando.
Any advice for the kid going into this?
I think you got this. There's nothing more you need. I think at this point, you played so well for so long. I think you're as good as any veteran of the league right now, so I don't think you need anything else. I'd just go out there and slay.
That's high praise.
Well, I think you both need to cool off a little bit.
I'm so hot right now.
Head backstage, and best of luck in Orlando, guys.
Thank you.
Back to
All right, guys. So, look, Bibbiani, very excited, but Jen makes a good point there. We could be seeing a battle of the teammates. We've seen teammates go against each other before. Clark Wolf played Riley when they were together. Snyder played JTE in the tournament before. So now we could have these two playing against each other right before the team tournaments begin. However, there's something in the way, and that's the boss, Ben Bateman.
That's right. And Christian, as you look as to who he might be competing, I'm looking on my hotels app right now. I cannot find a hotel room that does not have chairs. So William Bibbiani might have to endure having a chair in his room. I hope that's okay.
Well, either way, he is going there, and you guys have a chance to see it. What you have to do is go to the Schmoedownlive.com, get the tickets there. Once we hit 500 seats, there will be a competition for the fans with a chance. If you are part of this lottery, once you buy a ticket, you get picked for that fatal four-way. Should you win that fatal four-way, next
please be me.
We'll fly out to Los Angeles, put you up.
I don't even need to win. I just need that microphone at the end.
So make sure that you go ahead and get those tickets right now. December 7th, something's going on.
December 7th, the movie Trivia Schmoedown Spectacular is taking place in
and we will
downtown
both
Los Angeles.
be going to that.
December 7th, like Christian said, get your tickets to the Schmoedownlive.com. A lot of cool tiers. We got a fan fest going on that morning, going on all day. Grab your tickets now before it's sold out. We'll see you there. 5 big matches.
All right, so thank you guys. Thank you to John Rocha. Thank you to William Bibbiani, and thank you to you guys. Please sign up for the Patreon today. Not only does the Patreon support the Schmoedown in general, the Patreon now supports the SEN, the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. So make sure you get on over there.
We still have 3 minutes of cutscenes.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Those are pretty important.
Emma.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hello. What's up?
Hello. How are you?
I'm just great.
Ooh.
You know,
Kicking it.
kicking it.
Doing good.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So, a couple things
Yes.
we got to talk
The
about
computer
here.
screen that's not even on.
Nuke, we know it's in play.
Yeah, I know. I've been hearing all about it, and believe me, like I am ready for it. You know, I know it's going to be like a new format, but I will be able to commission everything that happens as the commissioner of, well, frankly, most of this league.
Yeah. About that.
Oh
We
boy.
haven't had a chance to talk. The Schmoedown Throwdown that went down between Bibbiani and Chance.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't love the post interview.
No.
It seems like you might have a personal bias against Chance and corruption.
I mean, I can't deny.
But that's what got us in trouble in the first place. The net in the first place was able to take over because you were throwing the ball around a little. So I got to take away the commissionership.
But I put so much of myself into this. I mean, I was a Patreon,
That's not changing. None of that is changing. I just can't have you commission anything. So, but I think that it's time Fife Club to come back. I think it's time for you to be manager. You're so good at it. Yeah, you manage champions.
I mean, I was manager of the year.
You were.
I don't know. I just feel like I put that behind me. It feels kind of like a step back. But I mean, I'll do it. I love being a manager. I'm certainly good at it. I want to do it again.
That's what I love about you.
Can I just have one last request as commissioner?
Anything you want? You gotta be within reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I go,
Yeah.
Sam goes too.
Oh.
I think that's pretty reasonable.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming. I think he's in Haiti right now, so I don't even think he would know. But I have to do a lot of changing, so you got it. Sam's gone too.
Great. We'll Skype him about it later.
Yeah, he won't, unless he's here for lunch. All right, we will thank you for being so cool about it as always. And you took it a lot better than I thought maybe you would. So thank you, and keep kicking ass, Fife. You're the best.
Thanks.
Well, that was an interesting way to end the show.
Yeah. And yet I'm not surprised. Like, I'm actually not surprised by that call. But the only question is, who replaces her? Because as great of a manager as I will say Emma Fife was, I think she was a much better commissioner.
She cared. She obviously cared more than Sam made it out to be. Sam cares. It's just he likes doing what he does for a profession, which is acting more. And that is evident by the fact that we see him more on Netflix these days than we do on the actual Schmoedown product. Meanwhile, Fife, Emma, she's always there. She's always in the studio. She's always doing something. She's always on the Patreon
and on the Discord.
And on the Discord, trying to make sure that fan satisfaction is up to its highest possible level. And that's probably why she was also such a great manager, was because she cared. She cared about making sure that everyone and everything was taken care of to the best of its ability. That said, we realize corruption can be assholes sometimes, and unfortunately, she let it get to her a little too many times, and now they're in this position where it has to be that way. But we now have another manager back, and we can add that to the list of 10 for the big nuke draft coming up next season. And knowing Emma and the fact that she was the commissioner, she followed the score. She followed the stats. She made sure everything was up and up to determine who got what match. She's definitely going to be. She's already got a head start in terms of scouting.
She does, but let's go back to that quote unquote bad look that apparently she's getting for the loss of her commissionership now. I'm thinking back on, I think Harloff is still messing around with Kalinowski in some regard. Because why else would he give a shit about one sly comment towards Chance, who, she had respectfully asked him to take off the shades, and he said no. I don't know, man.
You think he wants Fife back as a manager so she can kick Ken and Grace's ass?
No. Here's what I'm thinking. Now, Nico, I'm about to get super wrestling here. And you can tell me I'm way off base. You can tell me I'm talking completely out of my ass. But you know how you know how the whole AEW WWE split sort of happened, right?
Yeah, Cody got tired of the way he was being booked. He went to Japan for a little bit. He went to Ring of Honor for a little bit, and then decided, let's start our own promotion. Let's give the fans what we wanted to see as wrestlers and as fans for the longest time. And so far, it's off to a good start.
Yeah. So let's do a version of that where Emma doesn't actually leave the Schmoedown, but she decides, okay, I'll use this to my advantage, and basically she builds her own little super group out of several managers to basically culminate in next year, let's say, good guys versus bad guys trivia survival series. I'm just saying, I think we're seeing the seeds of that.
I think what you just described was we're about to see a Schmoedown union. Which probably not a bad thing to have, like a governing body to keep certain people at bay so they don't become rot with power.
Burnett.
Yeah. But in terms of the Schmoedown, storyline-wise, I'm struggling to think of how that would work. Well, okay, not that hard. Just a few cutscenes of like Brienne had a petition.
Yeah.
Last season, and that worked out pretty well.
So
I can see it working now, but I feel like in terms of a competitive sense, Emma is just super competitive, and she's going to want to take it out on whichever faction Mike Kalinowski and Chance Ellison are affiliated with. And so she will form a super group of competitors and use those competitors to take down Chance and Mike and Ken and Grace and whoever else is involved. Or maybe she'll take Chance under her wing and straighten him out. Like a military officer with a rowdy private. But enough speculation on that. The match itself. I take back everything I said about John Rocha. He's definitely not done.
Thank you.
Like he's found it within himself to keep fighting, and it shows. He's gotten better with every match of this tournament, and the scores show it. Just so happens this last question that he got was not in his favor, but he has just been playing super well this tournament. I think I said the same thing with Janine when she lost to Mike the first time. That loss was a wake-up call, and it helped up her game for the second match with Mike. Excuse me. And it will help her in terms of the teams tournament as well. Rocha, he just got tired of being on the losing end of certain matches so much this season that he was like, I gotta up my game. It's all about survival now. People think I'm done. I gotta show them that I'm not. And he proved that. He proved that here. He proved that in the previous two matches he had in the tournament. And I think Corruption should be a little concerned now, because in Orlando, this is a motivated John Rocha. Dan Murrell has had nothing to be ashamed of for this entire season. He won the belt for a third time, and he's been undefeated at live events since the first live event he competed at. So, yeah, Corruption's reign of terror might be in jeopardy here at the hands of the Founding Fathers. When you put the Outlaw and Dan Murrell against the wall, when their backs are against the wall, they fight their hardest. And considering the stakes of which, if they lose, they have to break up, they're going to fight with every possible thing they have.
And this is why all of you haters, all of you nonsense bullcrap talkers need to just shut your goddamn mouths once and for all. All the James Spences of the world, all the call to actions of the world, seriously, every one of you, shut up. Just shut up. John Rocha was one of the best, still is one of the best, and will always be one of the best Schmoedown players of all time. So quit pretending that he isn't. Just accept the fact that he still got it. And by the end of this year, he will be your new team champion, along with Dangerous Dan Murrell.
And as for William Bibbiani,
I'll say it right now. He's going to be a 2-time champ. I'm sorry. He's got more knowledge than Paul overall. He's got more knowledge than either the kid and Ben combined. He's got more gameplay experience than all three. Sorry.
I still feel like it's the kid's year. I feel like it's appropriate that the way we saw the two youngest competitors debut, I feel like it'll be appropriate if they are the opponents they have at the end of the season for a title. And it just shows the growth of two young stars in the span of a year. That said, Meyer has to get past Ben Bateman, and that's where things get interesting, because I've said it in the broadcast several times already. Because of Ben's recent back surgery, if he won this match against the kid, Brendan Meyer, Ben can't fly. So they're going to change the co-main event in Orlando if Ben ended up winning, and they're going to push the finals of the singles tournament back a couple weeks or so. They just can't do it in Orlando. Now, the question of what match will they replace it with, if it comes down to it, that's an entirely different question for an entirely different day. But I feel like the kid has this, and I'm excited to see if it does play out that way. Shazam face each other in the finals in Orlando. There's going to be a lot of positivity on that stage. Who knows what William Bibbiani will do in terms of an entrance in a live event setting. And I'm excited. I can't wait to be in that theater for this show.
Totally not jealous.
Sarcasm. But, guys, this has been our Schmoedown reaction for today here on Dedicated to Art. So please click that like button, subscribe to our channel, comment below what you thought of this reaction, what you thought of the match. Yes, do that with your tongue sticking out like a moron. Share this reaction with as many people as you can, once it's, of course, public. But, Chris, where can the good people of the internet find you?
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Noman. You can also find me in my bed, sleeping, trying to fight off a cold. This will be fun. Make sure you guys tune in to this Friday on the Who Cares Anime podcast, where we got to sit down with a friend of yours, Nico. Here, let me help you with pronunciation. Darrell Pooley.
Yeah, okay. I'm an idiot who can't pronounce names.
It's
Fair
all right.
enough. Could
Also,
be worse. I could be JTE.
Oh, dear God. I want to even imagine what that would sound like. Darrell, maybe. And, of course, make sure you check out our Star Wars Resistance recap show, Viva la Resistance. And stay tuned for the end of the year, for the end of the month, when I'll be posting a little video essay I'm writing about a, honestly, super freaking overrated movie.
Oh, dear God. And you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Bergoli, or just Nico Suave with 4 random meaningless numbers at the end on Discord, Instagram, Snapchat, and LinkedIn coming soon. # give Nico a job. Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There is no letter G. I am the TMG Entertainment Chokeslam Debate Wrestling Champion of the World, and I intend to reign supreme for as long as I possibly can with that title. Please, Cody Newberry and Sean Wasserkrug, don't come after me. And, of course, right here on Dedicated to Art and all the places Chris just said. And Trivia for Thon 2 coming up in January. Doing it once again. Matches through the fan leagues, all in an effort to raise money for the Four Diamonds Pediatric Cancer Research Fund in partnership with Penn State's annual Thon event. So check that out when it comes down to it. I should have a description video of the matches so far sometime in the week. I'll figure out when I can get that filmed. But yeah, this has been our Schmoedown reaction. We thank you all for watching. And until next time, take care.
Yeah.